Today, Ashley, what's next?
Next up is from Kyle Brunner. A producer from Spiderman Far From Home said there is a possibility Mysterio will show up in future content. Do you think this could lead to an MCU version of the Sinister Six?
You know, here's what it is he's talking about. And this always becomes a question, Rob, because I remember back when Aquaman was coming out, and the producer of Aquaman mentioned, yeah, we got future plans for Black Manta. You're gonna see him in the DCU again. And then some people kind of felt like, is that kind of a spoiler maybe for Aquaman? But anyways, that debate. So what this is all revolving around is now the character Mysterio, where the producer of Spider-Man Far From Home had this to say. He said, we wanted to find our in, and similar to what we did with Mordo in Doctor Strange. We wanted to give them time to have relationships, so when and if we get to do something different with Mysterio, it really feels like a betrayal. And we're hopefully setting the stage for something really spectacular, and that feels really Spider-Man. Which is, again, if we get to do something else with this character, then they've already got this really personal relationship. Now that comes from the producer, Eric Carroll. Rob, he uses a little bit of elusive language here. It's like, if we get to do something with him again. To me, I look at this as like, oh, so clearly Mysterio moves on past Spider-Man Far From Home, but then again, this is the MC fake death universe, so who knows, maybe they dice him into 1,000 pieces and he just comes back. Mysterio from Earth 175, I guess. They can just bring him back later, I suppose. That's one of the consequences of them doing all these fake deaths all the time. But I look at this, and honestly, myself personally, I don't consider this anything like a spoiler, myself, because knowing, unless the movie is, does Eddie live? If that's the name of the movie, and it's the big poster about Eddie, and then they tell you that, oh, by the way, Eddie lives. Well, that's a poster. I just assume characters don't die. I just assume characters don't die moving forward. So I don't personally consider it a spoiler. I didn't when they said the stuff about Black Manta either. But you hear these comments. What stands out to you? And ultimately, do you think information like that is a spoiler at this point?
No, I don't think it's a spoiler. I mean, look, if you have villains, they didn't kill off the Vulture. He's in jail.
Right.
You know, who knows what's going to happen with Jake Gyllenhaal? I don't think he's going back to some other Earth, though. In my own mind, You don't even think he's from another Earth? I don't think he's from another Earth because he's Mysterio, and I think we're going to see the Chameleon too. I don't think Nick Fury's really in the movie. I mean, Sam Jackson's clearly playing someone who says he's Nick Fury, or maybe it's Maria Hill.
Oh,
who
but
knows?
there's a problem there with that theory, though.
Oh, there is?
Here's your problem. So, did you see the news that the one actor in it, and we see him in one of the trailers, he's playing Dimitri. Now, of course, the Chameleon's real first name is Dimitri, who is the half-brother of Kraven the Hunter. They got this actor, I think Naman, I can't remember the actor's name, who is playing this character, Dimitri, who looks like a dead ringer for Kraven the Hunter. But there's a scene in the trailer when they're in the underground bunker sort of thing, where Sam Jackson and Dimitri are in the shot at the same time. They're in the same scene. So if Dimitri is Chameleon, and we don't know that he is, he can't be himself and Nick Fury at the same time.
Unless Mysterio is somehow projecting the image of Nick Fury.
I suppose that's possible too. Lots of different theories.
No, I don't know. But I think that there are always possibilities, as Spock said. Who knows what they're going to do? But I think that Mysterio is not going to be killed off. They're not going to kill him. And
you don't consider that information any sort of a spoiler?
No, because saying ain't doing.
That's good. I like that.
I stole that from Rumblefish.
Saying
Francis
ain't doing.
Coppola's 1983 greatest teen film of 1983, aside from Risky Business. Saying ain't doing. That's what Matt Dillon says about when Biff Wilcox says he wants to kill him.
I love that. I love that. And again, it's the MCU. I mean, having Mysterio later says nothing on if he dies in this movie or not. Honestly, says nothing. They could kill him 5 times in this movie, and that doesn't mean he's not going to be back. So, anyway, but the big question here is, guys, how do you look at this information? You hear these words from the producer. Do you consider something like that a spoiler for the movie? Are you like me and say, nah, it's not a spoiler at all? I want to hear what you think and why. Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.